Good morning. What's going on, guys? How are you doing today? Appreciate you guys kicking off a Monday morning with me here on Winning Bets. I'm, of course, Jason, giving you guys some free sports picks. As you guys can see, the weekend did not heal my sickness. I'm still struggling a little bit, but I feel fine. It's definitely one of those, you feel a whole hell of a lot worse than you are. Or I guess you should say, sorry, I said that wrong. Sound a whole hell of a lot worse. I feel fine. Hell, if somebody said go out and run 5 miles right now, I can knock off 5 miles, no problem. I sound like shit. So, yeah, what did I do this weekend? Friday, we kind of used that as an excuse. We kind of just sat around here. We didn't do a whole hell of a lot. Sunday, son had a swimming lesson, and then we watched NFL Week 3. That's about all we did. Just kind of hung out, did get out to a park, let my son ride around his scooter. What did you guys get into this weekend? Did you guys have a good time? You guys enjoy college football on Saturday, NFL on Sunday? Did you guys enjoy the Texas Motor Speedway race there on Sunday? What were you guys up to? Hopefully you guys enjoyed time with your family, friends. Guys, before we get into the normal recap that we do and all that, I want to give a shout out to Brian. And Brian, I apologize if maybe this is a touch late. I only check my mail like maybe once every 2 weeks. I'm like a lot of people do everything online and just no real incentive to check the mail. But while the mail is generally a lot of junk, there was not junk in the mail this weekend. Brian, your package arrives, man. And Brian sent me 3 cards, 3 really cool cards. So I appreciate it, man. I don't know, were you guys kids? You guys collect cards when you were a kid? I had one of those big, huge boxes, and you could, organize it however you want. Some people did it by team. I did it by alphabetical order. And, you had all your cards in this box. Boy, I was one of those kids that had 2 boxes. I mean, I had so many damn baseball cards. I used to love collecting cards. So appreciate it, Brian. Thank you so much. Very, very thoughtful. This is now the second time you guys remember. The first one I got, was this awesome golf ball marker here. Love this thing. I told you guys when I get to the new house and I get my studio, I'm going to display this. Oh, that is still what I'm going to do. I'm going to display this. Well, now I got some cards to go ahead and add. So we got Shane Baz. We haven't made any money off Shane Baz. This guy's damn injured too damn much. Guy can't stay healthy. When he is healthy, all he does is strike out people. This guy's really good. Carlos Rondon, he's won us some money from time to time. And Dane Dunning. This guy's definitely won us some money, and you guys will actually see him on the update today when we do the recap. We have definitely made some money off Dane Dunning. So, Brian, again, very thoughtful, appreciative, and thank you so much, Brian. I really appreciate it. I'll go right next to those golf ball markers, and those will work their way into the new studio, which we are now moving mid-November-ish. We're going to get ahead and move in there. So, hopefully, by the time of the holidays, we're into the new spot. Again, guys, hope everybody's feeling good. Man, I just cannot wait to get over this. Man, it's just so annoying. Really, really annoying to have this thing going on. Again, good morning, everybody. Let's go ahead and jump into, everybody wants to know, how'd you do in NFL? How'd you do in NFL? That's what everybody wants to know. That's fine. Go ahead and put up the NFL recap. You guys remember I gave you guys all these bets on Friday's show? Well, I got it broken out here on the ATS spreads. We went 1-1-1. The only ones that cashed for us was the Lions. They covered the 6 points against the Vikings. I didn't watch that game. It was the same time as the Bills-Dolphins game, and I don't watch NFL Red Zone until Bills games are over, and then I switch over to Red Zone. So I didn't see anything for the 12 p.m. slate of games other than Bills-Dolphins, but it was good to see the Lions get that covered. Not too surprising. The way those two teams played last season's head-to-head, Lions super competitive. Loved getting the 6 points right there. Texans +3. Man. They were up several times, or a few times, at least looking at the box score, a couple times in that game. Just couldn't quite pull it off, and instead they lost by 3 points, so that one was a push. Patriots +3. Was in it all right there until Mac Jones went down. I mean, they were leading at time in that game. So, unfortunate stuff right there. Our 2 teasers are over-under. We missed on that one. Our under hit. Remember, that was in the Packers-Buccaneers game. We cashed that under. Our over that we teased did not hit in Bills-Dolphins. 28 points at halftime, and then it just dropped off dramatically in the second half. The points just dried right up. So we missed that one. We did hit our ATS teaser. Remember, we had the Texans, the Lions, and the Falcons all in that teaser. 2 of those games close, and the Falcons even won the game and didn't even need the point, so that one cashed. Player props, as you guys can see right there, we went 2-2. Pierce over 54.5 rushing yards. We got to run that one back, guys. I mean, I saw nothing in the box score to put me off again. Admittedly, I did not watch the game. I was watching Bills versus Dolphins, but just kind of watching highlights, looking at the box score, that is clearly the bell cow of running back on that team. As long as they play an opponent like the Bears, that they should be generally in the game, which means not more running, but equal running to passing. That you got to play that game if you like the opponent the Texans are playing, the way they're using him. Patterson over 13.5 receiving yards, ended the game with 12, only got 1 catch. We sit here all the time and we lose bets and we talk about maybe being frustrated with maybe with the head coach or the manager, but hell, when the team wins, I can't blame him. I can sit here and piss and moan if the Falcons would have lost that game and said, hey, how'd you not use Cordero Patterson more? Caught one ball for 12 yards. Got to keep going to him. They won the game and unfortunately fell 2 yards short. Hines there of the Indianapolis Colts over 26.5 receiving yards. That one fell short. Higbee, though, that was another one I think maybe we can run back if we find another team that's really bad at defending the tight end position, because he had 61 yards in that game, so easily went over 45.5. The thing I like about him is in tracking that bet, like every catch he gets is for double-digit yards. So you know that when he catches some balls, you know, your yardage is just going to skyrocket up. So love that one right there. Buffalo Bills in Miami, over 1.5 fourth downs. How about being 5-0 in Bills games? Told you guys, I pushed the right buttons in Bills games. That one cashed on the Bills' second drive of the game. You know what, guys? That one we can also run back. The first one was just typical with Sean McDermott. And I don't know what happened to him but since the beginning of last season, but he changed his philosophy, and he's just way more aggressive and gone for it. The first fourth down he went for, they're like around midfield, and that's just what he does now. He's not punting it. He understands their offense, can move the ball at will, generally speaking, and he's gone for it. The second one, though, was really telling of how good this bet can be going forward. They were on the 32-yard line. You can kick a field goal. That's a 8-yarder, 49-yarder. Guys bang those all the time in the NFL. You can easily make that. Nope. Went for it on 4th and 1, 4th and 2, whatever it was, to give us a good cash there in the first quarter. Love to see that one right there. And then Chiefs-Chargers, your lock of the weekend, your absolute, no doubt parlay, can't miss. 2 legs missed. Chiefs couldn't handle the Colts. I knew that was a little bit of a tricky spot. We talked about it on Friday. Home opener for the Colts, 0-2. Damn. I still didn't think the Chiefs were going to lose that game. Chargers, Jaguars. Yeah, we'll talk about that tomorrow on Eliminator, but I made the wrong decision. I stayed on that pick. I know it's just a bad decision. I stayed on that pick. So NFL is 5-5-1 and plus 0.78 units. So we turned a little bit of profit right there. Let's go ahead, though, and put up that full recap from last week. It hurts to talk, guys. It hurts to talk. I've not been talking much the last 3 or 4 days. Oh, man. All right, guys. There's the week recap. How about a nice 22-16 and plus 6.76 units? Yes, sir. That's what I'm talking about. Now, year to date, a lot of wins, a lot of losses, and now plus 78.12 units. So a nice bounce back week. Obviously, we had. Oh, I didn't even ring that again. My apologies. But hell, nobody ever hates hearing the cash register. Nice bounce back week. I mean, simply put, just a nice bounce back week. We had lost money the past couple weeks. Just a nice bounce back week. Damn, let me catch my breath here in a second. Struggling. Absolutely struggling. All right, let's talk about this. What is 5-1-1? Well, there's 7 days a week. We made money in 5 of those days. We lost money one day, that day being on Thursday. And then Saturday, we didn't make any money. Put in 2 bets, with one of those bets being at even money. That was the bet that won. We didn't make or lose any money on that day, but we had 5 of the 7 days were profit. So love to see that right there. Highlighted by a nice 4-0 Tuesday. Remember, that was our Nerfy there in Tigers-Orioles. We also had the Cubs money line, Red Sox money line, and Blue Jays money line. So great Tuesday right there. We also, in going 5-0 this season in Buffalo Bills game, one of those wins was Derrick Henry scoring a touchdown. I still don't understand how you get that bet at even money. With his success record against Buffalo, I have no idea why that was at even money. So that was a good cash right there. We talked about Buffalo Bills and Dolphins over 1.5 made 4th downs. We look to play that again if we get another good opponent. What about that Nerfy there in Tigers-Orioles? Played it 3 days, got 2 cashes. Love to see that right there. Phillies F5 team total. That was a 2-unit play going against Jake Odorizzi. He is so damn bad. Got a nice 2-unit cash right there. And then we also cashed another one maybe it was the previous or next day. Remember, that was the day there was 2 left-handers on the mound. Phillies had the advantages. Got a good cash there in the first 5. And then, don't you Dane Dunny made the recap. Remember, over 4.5 Ks. Our guy Dane Dunny struck out all the Angels that day. Got 8 Ks. And then we did John Gray under 4.5 Ks as he went up against the Cleveland Guardians, and they do not strike out whatsoever. So that was a good cash right there. We, of course, had some losses last week. What were some of those losses? About 2-2 in NASCAR. Our 2 wins were Chastain over Truex, Elliott over Kyle Busch, and then our 2 losses were Byron over Blaney and Bell over Hamlin. We got some wins that were lucky, so to speak. Kyle Busch was the first car that wrecked out in a nice little solo incident. So obviously that's an automatic win there with Chase Elliott. But then the gambling guys took it right back away because Christopher Bell, a little bit later on in that race, he had issues and had to bow out of that race. So obviously that was a loss for us as we had Bell over Hamlin. And then the other one, Chastain over Truex. Chastain would have won that more than likely, but we did get an assist as Truex bowed out and couldn't finish the race. And then Byron over Blaney. I think, if I recall, Blaney finished fourth and Byron finished sixth. So, right there, just couldn't quite pull it done. We were actually on pace to make it until late in the race. There was this whole Byron-Hamlin feud. Hell, he spun him under caution into the grass. I mean, it was actually a pretty wild situation. I look forward to talking with that one on William on this week's episode of the Highline Podcast. But so anyways, 2-2 on NASCAR, juiced out a little bit, lost 0.18 units on NASCAR. Steelers plus 10.5. That's still sick. That is still absolutely. You know what? That was on Thursday. Thursday was the beginning of me getting sick. Instead of blaming my 3-year-old that brings every disease and germ and virus, God knows everything comes home from school, I'm going to blame the Steelers on 10.5, knowing that absolutely dumb lateral and rode in our teaser. Absolutely killed our teaser right there. Chiefs and Chargers, yeah, we talked about that. Just unfortunate stuff right there. And then Clayton Kershaw, under 6.5 Ks. He struck out a whole hell of a lot of people. George Kirby, over 5.5 Ks. He didn't do anything but getting rocked by the Athletics. But you know what? Losses are going to come. But you know what? We turned a profit at plus 6.76 units. So love to see that right there. Let's jump in this comment section, if there's any comments at all, and see what maybe you guys are talking about this morning. Morning, Tyler. Oh, you just want to kick a man when he's down, Tyler? Is that what's going on here, man? You just want to kick a man when he's down? You know damn well I was on the Chargers. I could not change. Now look, I was on the Cowboys last week. We know NFL teams, when the backup plays, how good they perform. So I was okay if it was going to be Chase Daniels. Obviously it wasn't Chase Daniels. Justin Herbert played, but I was comfortable. We know how NFL teams do it. No, Tyler did not change, and I was lost. I'm down on week 3. Couldn't even make it a quarter of the NFL season. I'm already out of the damn contest. Does anyone like the white rifle tonight? I don't even know what the hell that is. I have no idea what the white rifle is, my man. I have no clue what you're talking about, man. You have to be a little bit... I haven't looked, but I think I got a score of 14. Nice. I think you're talking about the pigskin pick'em contest, maybe? Good. Good. There you go. Dad didn't make the same boneheaded mistake I did. Nice, Dad. I should have, but I was just nervous. I hear that. I know. You never talk. My friends, whenever we talk in group chats, and maybe you're like that, you never talk about as something's going. Like, don't bring it up mid, as it's mid happening. Like, don't do that. I'm sorry, DJ. You were on fire through the 12 p.m. games, and yeah, I cooled you off. I didn't mean to be the cooler, man. I was giving you some love and praise. I thought you had a nice 12 p.m. slate. My bad, man. And then there's Brian. Brian again. And of course, in case you joined late, I gave you some love on the top of the show. These suckers showed up today. Can't wait to put these in the new studio, my man. Thank you. Putting them right there with that golf marker. Thank you. Vikings was a sweat. Yeah, that was still that was definitely a sweat. All right, let's go ahead and get in some bets today, guys. Let's go ahead and do NFL first. I'm going to do Tony Pollard here. The Dallas Cowboys have over 2.5 receptions. You can get this bet at minus 110 over at PointsBet. That's that slip I'm showing you is at PointsBet. He only had 2 receptions on 2 targets in week 1. Week 2, he had 4 receptions on 7 targets. What was the difference? His name's Cooper Rush. What is the best friend to a rookie quarterback or a second-string quarterback? Tight end and running back out of the backfield. No surprise that with Dak, he doesn't cash this. With Cooper Rush, he cashes this. In fact, in that week 1, we only got 2 catches on 2 targets. Cooper Rush played 1.5 drives because remember, he took over for Dak Prescott halfway through a drive, and then he got 1 full drive himself, and then the game ended. And a drive and a half, he looked Pollard's way once, and he got 1 of those 2 catches. That was in a drive and a half. What happened over a full game? 4 receptions, 4 receptions on 7 targets. So just not a big surprise. We know how inexperienced, second string, rookie quarterbacks just love the running back and love the tight end possession. So love that. So I'm going to go ahead and roll with Tolly Pollard over 2.5 receptions at minus 110 over on PointsBet. Baseball, 4 games today, fellas. Let's talk about them all. Let's go ahead and put my bet up on the screen. Let's talk about it. I'm doing Reds, Phillies, F5 under 4 runs at minus 105. Reds, Pirates, F5 under 4. Let's talk about why I like this one so much from these hitters, or from the hitting standpoint. First, hitting right-handed pitching. Pirates are dead last in the league. They're hitting 182. Their slugging is only 351, and their OPS is only 626, with a decently, not a high strikeout rate, but like what we look for at 26.4%. Reds are worse. Their strikeout percentage is 28.3%. They're only batting 188. They're slugging 268, and their OPS is 512. So you're getting 2 struggling offenses versus right-handed pitching, 2 offenses and 2 teams that aren't clearly going to the playoffs. So that's probably why they're struggling, because these guys are about 1 week away from being with their family and friends and are just trying like hell to get to that point. So no big surprise right there. From a starting pitching perspective, we get Chase Anderson. He has not gone up against the Pirates this season. If you look at his game log, it's really skewed by facing the Cardinals on back-to-back outings and just getting rocked by the Cardinals, actually. Otherwise, good outing versus the Rockies, decent versus Milwaukee. I mean, you ain't bragging about it. And then good versus the Red Sox, and then a good outing versus the Cardinals. So love to see that right there. And then you got this guy Contreras. He's done good against Cincinnati. He went 6 innings pitched, 4 hits, 1 run, 1 earned, 7 Ks, 1 home run. So it was obviously a solo blast. And then against the Red, 4 innings pitched, 3 hits, 1 run, 3 Ks right there. So done good against the Reds in his first 2 experiences. Now you're catching 2 offenses that are just absolutely struggling. I lean on the full game under, obviously, but I cannot get there the way these bullpens are. Pirates are dead worse with a 9.53 ERA. Did you hear that? Get that wax out of here, fellas. A 9.53 ERA. Are you effing kidding me? A 5.66 whip and a 3.31 opponent batters. Do not take the full game under, fellas. Obviously, I like it from a just you like unders if you're on the F5 under, but don't do this full game under. This bullpen is god awful. The Reds is better. I mean, the Pirates is ranked 30th in the league, so of course it's better, but it ain't a whole hell of a lot better. So stay away from that full game. Stay away from that full game under, fellas. That'll absolutely eat you up. All right, let's talk some of these other baseball games though, guys, because I want to blow my nose real quick. Hold on. Yeah. All right, that was better. All right, let's talk about these. Let's talk about these other 3 baseball games. There's only 3 going on right now. You got Braves and Nationals. Of course, everybody's gonna be on the Braves. I went to money lines like minus 245. The run line was like minus 140. Are you really betting that with Bryce Elder versus Corey Abbott? If you want to look from a hitting standpoint, like, what are these 2 teams doing? Of course, the Braves are doing it better, right? Braves are hitting 272, slugging 444, and OPS is 774. Those numbers aren't like crushing. They're decent to good, but not doing anything that great. And they're better than the Nationals, of course. They've got a better bullpen than Nationals, but not going to go ahead and bet it. It's priced really tough to bet. It's priced like there's only 4 MLB games, and they know you're going to bet it because there's only 4 MLB games. And they just know the cash is coming. So they just priced it ridiculous. Other one here, Yankees, Blue Jays. You get Severino versus Gausman. Yankees obviously with a better offense right now versus right-handed pitching. Better bullpen right now, by far. Both of these pitchers are absolutely capable of going out and shoving and dealing. So that one's going to put me off. Orioles, Red Sox. Now I got to decide how much I want to gamble if I'm going to bet this game. I want to bet Orioles F5 money line, 2A line at plus money. Orioles have pretty okay versus right-handed pitching, hitting 264, slugging 385, 717 OPS. Admittedly, those aren't the greatest of all numbers, but when you start comparing them to Boston's 229 average and a 690 OPS, and then it's like, oh, okay, and the Red Sox are striking out 5 percentage points higher than the Orioles. Again, because the Orioles bullpen is so effing bad, they're ranked 28th in the league right now. Their BABIP is 347. They got just terrible numbers, the Orioles bullpen. You don't want to mess around with the full game money line for the Orioles, but maybe do an F5 money line at plus money with a chance to tie and get your wager back. You get Jordan Lyles. That's the reason that would put me off right here, folks, is Jordan Lyles. Here's his game log against the Red Sox. 3.2 innings pitched, 7 hits, 8 runs. 4 innings pitched, 9 hits, 4 runs. 4.1 innings pitched, 9 hits, 3 runs. The first time he saw them this season, 6 innings pitched, 1 run. Of course, he did good his first time. We know hitter familiarity. That is a real thing. Every time he's seen the Red Sox since, he's just gotten rocked. So, Orioles have the advantage from a hitting standpoint versus right-handed pitching. But then when you add in the Red Sox success against Jordan Lyles, that put me off that bet. But if I was to add one bet to today's card, it would be Orioles F5 money line. This Jordan Lyles, the back of his baseball card, scares the having a little crap out of me when you start looking at Red Sox numbers. He's coming off a nice outing against the Tigers. Well, that's against the Tigers, right? So I already know I'm gonna be too chicken shit. I'm not gonna be able to add that one, fellas. I just wanted to tell you about it, but am I gonna be able to pull the trigger on that? No. So those are all 4 baseball games. Let's see. If I had to pick a winner in these games, I would do Reds, Pirates, under. If I had to pick a winner, I'd go Reds. That Pirates bullpen is a church, so I'd go Reds. Braves, Nationals, it's priced with the better team being by far the better team. Of course, you would go Braves. Yankees, Blue Jays, it makes me nervous. Gausman's not going to walk anybody. Great control. Severino's back off the injured. A couple good outings. Yankees with the better offensive numbers, better bullpen. So I would take the Yankees just because they have the better offense. I think Severino is the better pitcher, at least stats-wise. And then they have the better numbers versus right-handed pitching. So I would give the advantage to the Yankees if I was to bet it. What is that price? Let's see. I didn't really look. Oh, it's at even money. Even money, and you're getting all 3 advantages. Oh, wow. As for an over-under 7.5, that's tough. I mean, if Severino and Gausman are both dealing, then, yeah, 7.5 could hit easily if they get touched up. Well, then 7. I'm curious if Gausman has faced the Yankees this season. Let me look this up. He faced them in mid-August, 7 innings pitched, no runs. And he faced them way back in April, 5.2 innings, 2 earned. Let's see if Severino has faced the Blue Jays this season. He faced the Blue Jays back in June, got hit pretty hard, 5 innings pitched, 5 runs, 3 hits, 4 walks, 2 home runs. Wow, it was not a good outing by him at all. So, and then he faced the Blue Jays also back in April, 5 innings pitched, no run ball. Yeah, I'll probably just stay off that one. Now you start forcing bets. But if I was to bet it, I would take the Yankees at even money. They're the better team stats-wise. And then for Orioles, Red Sox, give me an over. You gotta trust the Orioles' good batting numbers versus right-handers to hit Seabold. You're gonna trust the Red Sox to continue crushing Jordan Lyles as they've done 3 times this season other than the first time. So now they're going to see him for the 5th time. You're going to expect more success for the Red Sox. So I would lean the over 9.5 in terms of picking a winner. Man, that Orioles bullpen. Oh, that is effing. Where's the Red Sox bullpen in this? There's stats. Oh, here they are. Man, just take the over. Don't try and pick a winner in that game. Just take the over. That's a really lot of bad bullpen numbers. So, all right, that's how we're gonna do it. Let's jump back into this comment section. I want to hear from you guys. What's going on here? Had my Colts money line in the bet. Bears on a survivor pick. Both sweaty games. Yeah, you picked the Colts. You picked the Colts, dog. You picked the Colts. I couldn't do it. I made a case for them to win the game, just being 0-2, home opener, blah blah blah. But I didn't actually think they could pull it off. So nice hit there, Punisher. Good one. And your Bears pulled it out. Tyler, who's your World Series prediction? That's a good question. Guardians. I'm on that bullpen. We know pitching works in postseason. I'm on that Guardians team. They have the offense. All season long, we've loved taking their F5 team totals. They've had a good offense much of the season. We know their bullpen is. I'm going Guardians in the AL. NL. Let me get it. Let me get. Hold on. Let me get. Who am I taking in the NL? I would actually trust the Mets. That bullpen, God, dang on, it's been good. I'm actually going to go Mets Guardians to answer your question. Mets Guardians. That's my World Series prediction. Mets Guardians. All right, guys, that's how we're going to do it today. Tony Pollard over 2.5 receptions, -110. Reds, Pirates, F5 under 4, -105. And, of course, that's a bet script there from DraftKings. So I got that DraftKings. Indians, Guardians cards. Plus a lot of money. Cardinals, man, that bullpen. They don't. The thing that worries me, obviously the Mets have the starting pitching. Cardinals just don't have the great starting pitching. I think that wins in October. Their bullpen doesn't stack up to the Mets. But I like that you agree with me. You're also on the Guardians. I can't quite get there with the Cardinals. Love that offense. I think the Mets offense is right on par with the Cardinals. If you want to say the Cardinals is a touch better, that's not a statement I'm willing to disagree with. But the Mets, they're no slappy. They're right there, right on their heels. And we all know the Cardinals are flat out struggling. Actually, what are they doing now? Refresh. I didn't have to look them up today because they weren't playing. But let's see what they're doing. Yeah, they still sit 187. They have not moved. The Cardinals have not moved. This entire month of September, they have sat in the bottom 5 offense, first right and left-handed pitching. You're a week away from October, and they could be an early out. I don't know what's going on with that offense. I have no idea. They're hitting 187. That literally. I mean, when was the last time we put in a bet on the Cardinals, guys? I mean, how many times have we bet the Cardinals F5 team total all season? A gazillion's the answer. How many times have we done it in the last 3 weeks, 4 weeks? I can't even remember. That offense is just struggling. So I can't get there with the Cardinals, but I do like your Guardians pick there, D-Gent. So good luck. That's a nice little price. What's the? Do you got the Mets Guardians? Let's look that up. I'll look it up. I got DraftKings right here. Let me look it up. I don't even know where the hell you can look that up. Let me see. Where can you look that up? Team futures, league winner, division, World Series straight forecast. Is that it? That's here. You got to pick who's going to win. Can you just pick who's going to be the matchup? I want to know what the price is for a Guardians Mets World Series appearance. I don't know I see forecast, but that has me predicting a winner. I don't know if you can. I don't know. You guys probably know this stuff better than I do. In terms of the website. I don't know. You guys know where to find that? Where'd you find your price there for? Oh, here we go. 40-1 on MGM. Hey, Actually, I do have a free bet at MGM. You guys remember we made an arbitrage bet on Saturday. We made a good amount of money on the arbitrage bet, and we earned a $40 free bet. All right. Maybe I'll put that $40 free bet on a little Guardians Mets. Damn, that'd be nice. I think I may do that. All right, fellas. I'm going to go ahead and drop. And I'm going to slam some more Dayquil here. Try and get this throat under control. I'm going to try and hang out on TikTok a little bit later. So if you guys just want to talk some NFL, talk some MLB, hang out, chill, come on and do that. Let's go hang out. Otherwise, guys, we'll come back Tuesday. Hopefully we'll be 2-0 to kick off our week. And we obviously got a big MLB slate we can talk our way through on Tuesday. All right, guys. Appreciate the comments. Appreciate the energy. Again, hope you guys had a good weekend. Appreciate you kicking off another morning with me here. We guys will see you tomorrow.